Welcome back to the Derek Smith Spiel. Today we are recording from Mr. Grasso's room, aka the corner crib, and you are here with your favorite baby, Derek Smith, and my special guest, Anthony Rose. Anthony is a member of the track and cross country team. He's a member of chess club, a member of the school play, and a music enthusiast. So he's very involved in school and one of the most philosophical thinkers at Letchworth. Did I leave anything? Yeah, I'd say philosophical.
Is kind of. I thank you, because I feel like that's such like a big surrounding.
I was excited to get you on just because whenever I talk to you, or anyone, if you're in an open-minded mood, you always have another point of view or just something. You have something to say that makes you think.
I try to do that.
So you do actively try to do that?
Like sometimes I'm like, why don't we look at it from a different point of view? Because maybe we'll come out with something better, I guess.
Yeah.
So
it's definitely a good approach. You have to incorporate every point of view if you want to make a decision on something. It makes for really good conversations, especially in classes like PIG or APUSH.
Yeah.
So this was first question. That's a question inspired by you.
Mm-hmm.
What celebrity do you think you are most like? Now, this could be by appearance. It could be by way of life, anything.
Okay, so I was going to search up some celebrities, and I kind of forgot to do so.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think I could see myself being like just a very like down-to-earth kind of celebrity.
Right.
So someone that's just very just like, he's just there to enjoy life. You know, Paul Rudd. I'll go with Paul Rudd.
That's a good one.
Because he seems like down to earth.
He's down to earth. Some of the things he says are kind of random. He's funny. I like random. Paul Rudd. So that's a good shout.
I'll go, and he has the dark hair. I have dark hair. So
dark hair.
I guess kind of.
The one I thought of obviously wasn't because of appearance is Denzel Washington.
Oh yeah.
Because Denzel Washington, like, he's a great actor. He just drops these bombs in interviews that really make you think about life, which is kind of what you do to someone at least once a day.
I try to make people think. I mean, that's the goal, right? Not really.
No.
But I mean, I do get the appearance part too. I mean, I could look like him if I tried hard enough.
If you like wore a suit.
Yeah, I'm pretty much Denzel Washington if I wear a suit.
Do you like wearing suits? Like when you have very good outfits and taste in clothing. Your senior pictures turned out amazing.
Thank you.
Are you a suit guy or just like golf shirt? So if you were gonna dress up for a dance, let's say, what's your go-to?
Okay, so prom, obviously I gotta wear a suit because that's like, it would be rude.
It's kind of like the dress code.
Yeah, but like for homecoming, I dressed in like this like, was it old style? I don't remember what it's called. I somehow just forgot, but it was like more comfortable, but like nice looking comfortable.
Yeah, but
it was like a black what are those shirts that have like a collar? I guess it was like a collared shirt, I would say.
Oh, not like a polo shirt.
Yeah, it was like a polo shirt. Yeah, and like some white
like khaki jeans, would you say?
No, they're not khaki jeans. They're more like kind of like if I went to Hawaii and I wanted to wear something nice.
Oh yeah,
it's kind of like those kind of pants because they're like thin, but they're like really soft. So they're pretty nice.
Yeah, and you had a silver chain on too.
I always wear
that sealed the deal. Silver. So you prefer silver over gold?
Yeah.
You think it just goes with more?
I think silver goes with a lot of things, and also this is like my dad's. Like he bought it for me, so it's like the one thing that I like wear that gets me close to my dad, I guess.
Yeah,
he's not
know.
Dead. Don't worry, he's not dead. He is not dead. He is alive, but like it's just like the one thing.
Yeah, for your birthday, I know last year you went shopping with your dad. Is that something you guys do every year? Or not necessarily?
Not necessarily. It just really depends on like just the situation, I guess. Like sometimes if my dad's busy on my birthday, I like won't see him until like the weekend of.
Right.
But I don't know. My birthday is always really situational. I really don't care either. Like if I just have someone just saying happy birthday to me, like one or a couple people, that's okay. I don't.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't really mind. It's just a birthday,
right.
so like you're gonna see me more afterwards. I hope. I cross my fingers every time. I'm like, hopefully I don't die on my birthday. That would be awkward.
Have you watched the movie Happy Death Day?
Uh, yeah, that's the one with like the baby face, like
Yeah,
killer, and then like
it's
the
it's
girl
kind of like,
wakes up every day.
yep, it's kind of
Yeah,
like Groundhog's Day, but with
but
like a
murder.
murderous theme. Yeah,
It's like
yeah, it was pretty
Groundhog's Day,
good.
except the person dies.
Except a
So
horror movie. So on that, you're a member of the school play. If I just bring
yeah.
up the school play, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Um, honestly, I joined the school play like 2 years ago for Cinderella.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna do it the year before, but I decided not to. And then I wanted to join it again. And then I think the thing that sealed the deal is that it gave me more time to spend like with Katrina.
Yeah,
So I was like, if I have the opportunity, might as well take it. And at first I was like, this is gonna be okay. I don't know if it's gonna be fun because I didn't know if I was gonna enjoy it. I
right.
got into it. At first I was like, this is all right. But then like towards like middle end, I was like, this is fun. Like I enjoy this. This is
Why
me.
why was it that it got more fun closer to the show? Was it just because of the energy? Were people more connected after
Yeah, it
working so
was
long
definitely some
together?
energy. Like at first, people just like were not completely like hyped about the show, but I don't think that's like anyone's fault. I think it was just like no one really has energy instantly. You
Right.
have to like know if the show is going to be good based off the energy, and like as it slowly grows, you know it's going to be better. So
Do you think you need kind of a personal connection with the script for it to mean something, or not necessarily? It just takes a while to gain that
um, I mean,
momentum, I guess.
last year for Footloose, I had to be an uncle for Tristan,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't really have any personal
Attachment to that
attachment because
character.
well I don't have siblings, so I'm not an uncle, but I also had to be like angry and upset, and I tend to just be like not angry, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm more of just a chill. I don't want to say chill guy because that sounds like kind of cringe, but I'm more of like a just
Mellow.
mellow. Yeah, like if something happens, I don't really mind too much. So I don't think you have to have a personal attachment to anything. I think it's more just like get into just like not changing who you are. I don't know how to describe it. It's just more of like I'm not me when I'm that character, so I can just be just wild, I guess. Not
Yeah.
wild, but like
How did you go about, well, first getting to the realization like this isn't me, but also how'd you prepare for the role, like being more of a shouting person?
I just had to yell.
I just had to yell. You
That's
didn't
pretty much
overthink
it.
it. You just went right for it.
I was like, you know what? I gotta go out there and yell. That's really it. And I mean, I guess there's different ways you can yell, which sounds kind of not dumb, but just like there's different ways you can portray someone yelling.
Yeah.
So I just had to seem angry too. So you kind of like have to pace back and forth too. That's just what I did.
Mm-hmm.
I literally just went out there, paced back and forth, hands on my hips,
Oh yeah.
shook my head, and just yelled. Well, it was not that hard. You just
No,
gotta know the character, I guess.
you already mentioned your girlfriend Katrina,
Mm-hmm.
but you didn't mention your promposal at the end of the school play.
Yeah.
That was awesome. It
Mm-hmm.
was. So explain how you came up with the promposal and what you did for
Okay, so
anyone
I
living
just
on.
wanted it to be big,
Yes.
because I wanted to be like, I want to be the guy that's like, if this guy or this person can just like be himself, why can't I? And I was like, if I just do this, people will be like less nervous, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. Like in my head, that's what I thought then, and I did it, and I was like, actually, I was thinking of how to do this promposal at first, because there was like multiple ways. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
do I do it in front of the whole crowd? Do I do it just in front of like the drama club kids? Do I just do it like me and her? She didn't really like the idea of.
She did it in front
Yeah,
of everybody.
I mean, she was okay with it, but this year, I kind of have to not kind of. That sounds bad.
You
That
kind of have
sounds
to
bad.
tone it back a little
I'm
bit.
gonna tone it back a bit.
Make
it's
it
gonna
more
be
personal.
more personal,
Yeah.
just like me and her, which I guess kind of ruins the surprise, but it's not much of a surprise. I don't want to make it like big again because she didn't really like it last year. I mean,
Yeah.
she liked it obviously, but like she didn't. She'd rather have more of like a personal one. But I'm okay with that.
So what do you? So I'm everyone's like people listening. What I'm hearing, what you're saying, is that it was kind of like an experiment. You wanted to do something fun.
Yeah.
You wanted to be yourself, do it in your own flashy way,
Mhm.
and you saw that Katrina maybe doesn't like so much of the public announcement. She wants it to be more personal.
Yeah.
And I guess that would be empathy. Do you think that's the number one thing in being in a relationship? Because how long have you been in this?
Like how?
Yeah,
Like,
how
she
long
asked
have you
how many
been?
or
How long?
long?
No, how long have you been dating Katrina?
It's 2 years next month on the 5th.
Oh, congrats.
Yeah. So
So
it's just like it's going really good. I think.
yeah,
Then your question with empathy.
yes,
I think it's probably the most important, or like one of the things you need to focus on is if you don't have empathy in a relationship, you're not going to care about the other person's feelings, and then that's when it gets like really bad, and when you're not
yes,
understanding what they could be going through, or like what issues they might be having, and you just like completely blank that out, block
block
that
it
out.
out. Yeah,
Block. Okay, it was a BLNK word. No, BL blank K word.
yes,
So I knew I was somewhere. But like, if you just don't have empathy, the relationship's going to be difficult. And empathy is kind of hard because you have to realize that other people have emotions,
right.
which
That
sounds
that
kind
are
of dumb.
different from your own. Like it's not so much just realizing they have emotions. It's just that not everyone feels the way you
feels
do.
the same way. And at first, that might have been like a little difficult for me to understand. But I think as I started to mature more, I realized that everyone's different. Everyone feels different about things. So I gotta realize that like I like matured in my relationship as well. I was like, Katrina's probably gonna be dealing with stuff too that I don't know. So I'll work through it, talk to her. So like
Yeah.
talk to her. Sorry, I heard
talk to
her.
a podcast.
Yeah, I think
number 3. It's number 3 in America right now.
I think this is the first podcast you've had since the Talk to a podcast. So I guess this is the first Talk to a podcast you had.
I guess so. But you were saying you talk to her when there's an issue. You talk to her.
Yeah. We talk it through, and I think it's just having empathy and realizing that it's okay to like slow down and talk through stuff, and that like there's going to be problems, which sounds bad. Like you're not going to have a perfect relationship.
Yeah.
There's going to be like some issues here and there, but you just got to talk through it, and that's like the goal. It's just having a person that you can like talk through when you're dealing with issues, instead of just having a person that's like perfect relationship until one bad thing happens, complete downhill. You don't want that.
Yeah, you've got to be realistic with it, and it's got to go both ways. Which obviously for you and Katrina, that sounds like it's going great.
It's going great. Always going great.
Always going great. Yeah. Good answer.
On my side, it is. I hope. I hope it's going great for her too. I hope I'm a good boyfriend. I try. I strive.
Yeah. As a music enthusiast.
But before
the music.
Before music enthusiast, what do you mean by? That's like a big term.
You're good, thank you. I mean, you by music enthusiast, I guess you
like care about music.
Yes, you care about music. Yeah. You take music classes. You listen to a lot of like hip hop music.
It's not just hip hop.
Not just hip hop.
I'm just all around.
You listen to a lot of. Oh, that's good.
Fan. I think I'm one of those people. I don't want to say that I listen to every song or something. I'm more of those like I can listen to any song. Not I do, but I can. If you play something, I'll enjoy it most of the time.
So I'd call that a music enthusiast.
Yeah.
As a music enthusiast, what is your favorite genre? Is your
Genre?
favorite genre hip hop?
I don't know. It could switch. It depends on just more of like how
What
I'm
you're
feeling
feeling?
at the moment.
Yes.
But I think hip hop is like the genre that I can listen to the most without like wanting to switch it out. Um, when I say hip hop, I don't mean like I'm more like storytelling type of guy. More
So
like
like the Outcasts.
yeah, I listen to Outkast, Kendrick, J. Cole, um, Joey Bad, and then an inappropriate word. But yeah, I listen to more like I don't know how you would describe it, but it's like I listen to more of that, and then like Don Toliver. Sorry, Gabe.
Don Toliver hate. You had that on the checklist.
Yeah.
Check that off.
Yeah, I don't hate Don Toliver. It's just not my vibe, but I can listen to him. So
Do you have a favorite artist, or can you not pick one?
Kendrick, I would say.
You would say so.
I have like 50 songs of his on my like playlist, roughly around there. So I would
Do
say
you?
Kendrick.
Would you say he's the most influential hip hop artist?
Mm, no, there's more that's like influenced like scenes of hip hop. You could say like Eminem for like that, or Tupac, or Kanye with more like producing
Yeah.
and like having like more of like difference in the music and not just like what you're saying, but like the instruments and all that.
Yeah,
Um,
Jay-Z and Dr. Dre, they were huge too.
yeah, Dr. Dre is also like a really good one because he's like a huge producer. He has like a so I would put Dr. Dre up there as well. And there's probably a couple that I'm missing, obviously.
Right.
'Cause I mean, I'm not a genius.
I don't usually get too many comments, so you won't get any hate.
Okay, I'm good for now.
Could you have a favorite song? Could you pick a favorite song,
Favorite
I should
song.
say?
Okay, favorite song is that's difficult because,
Yeah.
like I said, my music like taste changes, so I'm not gonna be able to pick out one song and be like, I like this one. Um, but there's like a lot of like generally good ones I would say that I can like listen to. But
How about for the mood of right now?
mood of right now, what song I would listen to right now? You know, on the car ride this morning, I was listening to All Time Low, just because it's just like nostalgia.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know how to explain it because I didn't listen to it when I was a child, but it just feels nostalgic. So
Listening to 2010s
Mhm.
country feels nostalgic.
yeah,
Like Blake Shelton, he was
Mhm.
the thing when I don't know, I was in
what, third grade? We were in
second or
grade?
third grade.
Yeah,
He was huge. Now, when you run cross country or
cross
track, what
country.
kind of music do you listen to?
So to be honest, I don't run listening to music
You don't?
mostly because I hate running with the phone in my hand because it just feels weird.
That's fair.
So
And in your pocket with
Yeah.
shorts, it might fall out.
or it might just like bounce around, and that's kind of annoying because I don't
Mhm.
want something in my pocket just bouncing up and down when I run. So I don't really listen to music, and I think that's like a good thing sometimes because then when I do run, it lets me just be like more. It's like time I can like not be online,
Yeah.
and I can just be like by myself with my thoughts.
Running's almost your escape, you would say.
Yeah, escape kind of. It's more just like a yeah, escape's like a good word, I guess, because I can just like be by myself in my own thoughts, just kind of run, just think, and like just enjoy like nature too.
Yeah.
Because like I planned this summer to run more in like Letchworth State Park, so I get to like enjoy nature and all
That would be a great place to run.
Yeah.
There's some pretty steep parts too.
Yeah, there is definitely.
Is there a difference in maybe in mindset between track and cross country? Because cross country is more of like a marathon. How do you...
Okay, marathon's a little pushing it. I mean,
Okay.
I get what you're saying, but like a marathon's 26 miles. Cross country's 3.
Okay.
There's a
So
huge
it's
difference. But I know exactly what you're saying, so don't worry.
it's like an
Don't
eighth
worry.
of a marathon.
Yeah, it's so the thing is with cross country, it's a lot of personal beatdown, I guess, which I guess is the thing that sucks. I wrote the English essay on this, and I was saying that like it's a lot of like mental battle, so it's a really tough sport.
Yeah.
Like a lot of like same thing with like wrestling. That's probably definitely like a tough mental battle. So
That's
like
a very tough mental
all the
battle,
like
yeah.
solo sports are like really difficult to do because it's like all the pressure's on you,
Hmm.
and you don't have teammates to put the pressure on. You don't have like people to put pressure on. It's all like if you lose or if you make a mistake, that's you. And that's what makes cross country difficult. And like you have the same thing with track, but like the difference between cross country and track, I would say, is that 3 miles is a lot different than running a mile. Or like I mean in track you can do 2 miles as well, but like those 2 extra miles actually do a lot. And
Yeah.
like you wouldn't think that. You would think a distance runner, they're gonna be used to it. Like I am used to running 3 miles, but like the difference between running a mile and 3 miles is
Well, the
completely
pace
changed.
could be completely different.
Yeah, especially because like cross country courses, they're like different. Like we had one up in Bath, and that was really hilly. That one was really bad. I think I got my slowest time this year there, and that's like partially my fault. I mean, it is my fault, but like at the same time, the courses are always different.
There are certain things out of your control. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a part of individual sports. Like weather. I know
weather
weather
is
affects
awful.
running.
Like this week actually, we had a race downpouring our whole race, but honestly, it didn't affect me. I just said I was running. I'm like, it's just rain. It's just rain.
Yeah.
That's no big deal.
Did you kind of like it because it cooled you down or not? Not
Um,
really.
if it was less of like a downpour, I would have liked it. If it was more just like actually, I think I enjoyed the downpour. I
You
think it
did?
kind of gave off like a vibe, you know?
Like a Vivo music video
Yeah,
vibe?
kind of. It was kind of like that. I felt like I was in some type of inspirational
Like
rock
Umbrella by
song.
Rihanna?
Yeah,
Oh,
like
so not so much.
well, same idea. Some inspirational kind of sounding song or a song that would like get someone hyped, and you just see them running. That's kind of what I felt like some of the time.
And
I wouldn't say
that
all
kept
that.
your adrenaline going? That's what
Yeah,
kept you going?
I guess you could say that. Running, and maybe running in the rain helped because it did set a PR, I guess.
So last thing here before the bell rings.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be the most philosophical thing, as I
Philosophical.
mentioned earlier.
All right.
I'm very intrigued. You mentioned that you want to talk about your approach to life on not caring, which
Yeah.
I might have changed that a little bit, like the wording, but explain that. Go deeper.
So I think my approach is like more towards like social stuff. Sometimes it ends up being like stuff that I wish it wasn't, like not caring when it comes to like the calculus test. I think I
Yeah.
didn't. I think I was like, I can take this test. I don't care too much, and then I kind of bombed the test like badly. So I guess that's where it like becomes an issue. But then when social like society and stuff like that, I tend to think they're just people. We're all living our first life, I guess. So like if someone says something mean to me, why bother? I'm like especially now since I'm graduating,
Yeah.
I'm not going to see anyone. Like I'm not going to well, I'll probably see some people, but like I'm not going to see them as much or at all after. So why do I have to care what they say?
So you're saying that you're just embracing yourself
Yeah.
and just going for it. Maybe saying things you wouldn't have had the confidence to say earlier.
Yeah, I mean, I think this changed last year too. I started to get not more out of my shell, but more just like it's okay to be yourself.
Yeah.
Like I saw like TikToks where like Or it was like the guy that would like be in the hallway and he would just scream something and be like, no one cares. They're gonna forget about this in 5 minutes. So I kind of just try to get that mindset of like, just be yourself. And if people judge you, they're not going to judge you in 10 minutes because they're going to forget about it. And if they don't, then I guess I'm on their mind.
Yeah. I I love that. It's kind of a de-stressing thing too, because
Yeah.
a lot of times you can go through any scenario. I find myself doing it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, why did I say this? Or they could have felt that,
Yeah.
when they might, like, you're worrying about something that might not even be happening, might not
Yeah.
happen.
I mean, I do
So,
that too, but like everyone does that. I mean,
right.
I'm gonna guess everyone does that. I don't want to assume that everyone's like, why did I say that? I could have done something different. But like normally, that's like a normal human response to be like, after some event happens, to be like, I could have changed. I could have done something better.
Yeah.
So I think that my mindset is more just like at the moment,
Hmm.
like in the future, I'm not going to care. And then like I might have that thought of why did I do that like 10 minutes after.
Right.
But then after that, I was enjoying my time. I was enjoying my life right there. So why do I care so much? If I'm enjoying my life, then why do I need to care how people feel about my life?
Hmm.
Because I'm just that's what I do with like other people as well. Is like when some people like pick on other people
Yeah.
and they're just like they're just happy and they're like, look at this guy. He's happy in this moment.
Yeah.
So I don't know why you're like judging him or like making fun of him. And that's the one thing I don't like is like when people like bully people because they're just being
Being
happy.
themselves. Yeah.
Like
You should you should encourage that,
yeah,
because it would make the world a little more shocking, I
yeah.
guess,
Because
exciting.
like everyone's just trying to live their own life, and when they're happy, there's no reason to tear other people down. If that makes you happy, then I guess that's some. I don't want to say that's some problem with you, but like that's something you probably should have to work on yourself. You shouldn't have to work. You shouldn't have to be happy based off negativity,
Yeah.
because I think that's the problem of the world right now. It's just a lot of things are so negative and like bad that a lot of people are just kind of building off of that, and that's what makes them happy, which is like such a bad thing that we shouldn't have. Like, how are we supposed to move in the future if we just get worse and worse into negativity and hatred, where everyone's just gonna start hating each other? That's why I think like I don't judge anyone. I mean, I of course like everyone judges people,
Everyone
so
has their
I don't
moment.
want to
Yeah.
lie. I mean, I do judge people, but then I'm like, they're probably just living. They're they're probably they could be dealing with something. So I don't really mind, I guess.
Yeah. Just be free and be positive.
Yeah, just be yourself. It might seem difficult at first. Like at first when I
You
was
do have to almost practice it,
yeah,
but
at first when I was trying to be myself, I was like, there's no way I can do this. This kind of feels embarrassing. But then I was like, I'm just enjoying life. I I mean, if it's embarrassing for a bit, oh well. Some people might laugh. That's also my thing. It's like if I can make someone smile at least once a day or someone laugh, knowing that they could be dealing with something that like I don't know about, but like they could be dealing with like a problem, then I'm good. Like if I'm making someone just a little bit happy, then I'm floating, I guess.
yeah, that's a beautiful thing, Anthony.
Hmm.
Thanks for coming on. It was a
You're
pleasure to
welcome.
have you.
No, I feel like I won like a award or something. Like I got to join the Derek Smith Spiel uh, Wall of Legends. I don't know. You got Wall
Well,
of Legends
Wall of Legends,
because
get it
we're the
started. The
legends.
Letchworth Legends.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I just
Thanks
created an
again.
idea. You're welcome.
That's Anthony Rose, ladies and gentlemen. This episode was brought to you by yours truly, Derek Smith, with help from the voice memos and Spotify Podcasters app. For more content like this, you can continue listening to the Derek Smith Spiel on Spotify, or you can listen on my YouTube channel at Derek Smith Stock 13. There you'll find my podcast and sports betting videos on top of that. If you're a fan of my sports betting videos, you can also see highlights of those on my TikTok account. You can find that by searching at SmithStock5 again on TikTok. Enjoy collecting cards? If so, check out my Collects account at Derek Smith Stock to get deals on quality cards. For updates on everything I mentioned, follow my Instagram account. You can find that by searching Derek Smith Stock 13 on Instagram. Not interested in sports? Then go to YouTube and watch Dylan Smith Outdoors YouTube channel. Search Dylan Smith Outdoors, where there are plenty of outdoor content videos, including hunting, catching, trail cam and tree stand setup, cooking, and plenty of laughs in between. Need your lawn sprayed? Whether it's weeds or insects, Greenwood Ecologics has you covered. If you need help making your lawn greener than your neighbors, call Greenwood Ecologics at 585-739-1610. I repeat, 585-739-1610. Finally, thank you for listening to this production of the Derek Smith Spiel. Every view or listener is appreciated. I'll catch you later.